Hello, Slaters. Slaters, we all are really very happy to see you answering the questions during the interaction calls. This means that you all are watching the videos and understanding the concepts really well. Keep it up, children. Slaters, I'm sure you all know that what we are going to discuss today. Yes, we will be starting the fifth lesson. You all must have seen the introduction video for this lesson, and you all must have got a clear idea on what we will be discussing, isn't it? So, in today's session, we will start reading the lesson and learn a lot more about plants around us. The name of the lesson is Plants Are Friends. After the end of this lesson, I am pretty sure you all will agree with the name of the lesson and understand why the chapter calls plants as our friends. Now children, we all know that we are surrounded by plants. They come in different shapes, sizes and forms. Plants are very important components of our world. Most of the plants grow on the ground, but still there are some plants which grow on water too. Till date, botanists, that is, the people who study plants, they have found around 350,000 living species of plants. Slaters, what are the different parts of the plants? Correct. Plants have different parts like roots, stems, flowers, fruits, branches, etc. Slaters, like we prepare our food, similarly plants also make their own food through the process of photosynthesis. During this process, oxygen is released by the plants. And Slaters, can you all tell me who uses this oxygen? Yes, humans and animals use this oxygen to survive, to live. Therefore, plants play a very important part in our life. They are like a backbone of earth, without which no one can survive. They also provide us with food, medicine, wood and flowers too. Now let's learn more about plants as we read the lesson. So Slaters, please turn to page number 26. Place your fingers on the text as I read. Now watch this quick video on the poem related to plants.
In the heart of a sea, very deep, deep, so deep, a sweet, sweet little plant lay down fast asleep. Wake, wake, said the sunshine, and creep to the light. Wake, wake, said the voice of the raindrops so bright. The sweet, sweet little plant heard and rose to see what a wonderful bright world the outside might be. Wake, wake, said the sunshine, and creep to the light. Wake, wake, said the voice of the raindrops so bright. The sweet, sweet little plant heard and rose to see what a wonderful bright world the outside might be. What a wonderful bright world the outside.
So Slaters, I hope you all enjoyed this poem which described how the seed grows into a plant. The beautiful poem is written by the poet Kate L. Brown about plants. Now let's understand the meaning of this poem. It goes, in the heart of a seed, buried deep, so deep, a dear little plant lay fast asleep. Now Slaters, do you all know where the plants grow from? Yes, a seed. The seed sprouts up into a plant once it gets proper conditions. Here, the poet has imagined the plant to be sleeping inside the seed till it grows into a sapling. Let's continue reading the poem. Wake, said the sunshine, and creep into the light. Wake, said the voice of the raindrops bright. Now Slaters, you all must have observed that new plants start coming out from the seeds when they get sunlight and water. This process is called germination. With the best conditions like good sunlight and water in the form of rain, the seeds that fall off from the trees germinate or start growing. Let's continue reading the poem. The little plant heard, and it rose to see what the wonderful outside world might be. In the last stanza, the poet imagines that the plant listens to the sunlight and rain. It wakes up and rises out to see the wonderful world outside the seed. Slaters, you all know that right now we are too enjoying the rainy season. This season is the best time to see new plants growing from the seeds. The seed germinates into sapling, and from a sapling it turns into a big plant or a tree. Now you all must have observed that plants are of different types and sizes. Some are big, others are small and bushy, while others are weak, so they take support and climb on the walls and other trees. These differences among the plants make them unique, special. So let's learn more about these plants from the textbook. Slaters, please turn to page number 26. Are you all ready? Very nice. Place your finger on the text as we read. Look around your house or school or go to a nearby park. Do you see different kinds of plants? Some plants are big and other plants are small. Most plants are green, but there are some plants that have yellow, red or even purple leaves. We depend on plants for many of our needs. They are our friends. We must take care of them. Now Slaters, underline the word different. D-I-F-F-E-R-E-N-T, different. It means not same as each other. So Slaters, we all know that plants are of different sizes and most of them have green foliage. Children, foliage means leaves. But Slaters, have you all ever thought, why do most of the plants have green colored leaves? Yes, This is because they contain a pigment called chlorophyll. This gives the green color to the plant. Chlorophyll is very important for plants in order to make food. Green plants, with the help of sunlight, air, water and chlorophyll, prepares food in the form of simple sugars. This process is called photosynthesis. Here, photo means light and synthesis means to make. Children, plants also have number of other pigments, but chlorophyll masks or dominates most of the other pigment colors. Therefore, we see most of the plants with green color of leaves. But some of the plants have different colored leaves. So Slaters, does that mean that they do not have chlorophyll? Then how do they prepare the food for the plant? Children, plants with red and yellow colored leaves also have chlorophyll. However, in these plants, the green color of chlorophyll is masked or covered by pigments of other colors. Therefore, although they have different color, they still prepare their own food with the help of chlorophyll. Children, you all must have observed that during autumn, the color of green leaves turns into yellow, red or brown, isn't it? During winter season, it becomes very cold and there is less of sunlight too. This type of condition requires lots of energy for the plant to keep their leaves healthy. However, instead of keeping the leaves healthy, the plant sheds its leaves. Children, plants also shut down the production of chlorophyll as a mechanism for saving their energy. The already present chlorophyll in the leaves also breaks down and results in appearance of other pigments present in the leaves. Isn't that amazing, children? Yes, the world of plants is really incredible. I hope you all understood the questions like why do most plants have green colored leaves? Do plants with different colored leaves have the green pigment chlorophyll? And why do leaves changes colors during the fall season? So Slaters, we end our session with this. In our next session, we will continue reading the lesson and learn more about the incredible world of plants. Till then, keep learning. Thank you.